So Rockets are 5-point dogs tomorrow on the road versus the Miami Heat. No Jimmy Butler. So I originally had this as like a best bet. I'm gonna move this to like I'm gonna play it, but it's gonna be for a fraction. Based off of no Tari Eason and no Dylan Brooks. I actually care about Eason more. Eason is one of the most impactful defensive players in the league in regards to how the team defends with him on the court versus off. It's been an absolutely massive differential this season to the point where like if Eason had more blocks and rebounds, I'd be talking about him a little bit later on. And if he started, he's that impactful. Like Eason will be a DPOY contender in his career. So it makes me a little bit shy of it, but the other problem here is that the Rockets are not great on the road. They're not. They've stabilized. They were terrible on the road, and now they're just like not great. So it makes me a little nervous here, just based off of the fact that you're getting Miami at home. Rockets, like the Rockets are either like really impressive in a win, or they completely shit the bed, and they're more likely to do that on the road. I will bet it, but I am going to back off a little bit with the Eason still being out. Jim, why do you like this spot in particular?
Yeah, you talk through, some of the parts I really like about it. Most like this number, I just do not have this high, but I also am targeting the money line in part because what you said that the Rockets are a team that can kind of, fade in spots, but kind of surprise with an upset win here and there. And to me, this game kind of screams Heat take the lead first half. They've been one of the best first half teams in the league this season. Whereas the Rockets, they've been kind of slow starters, but they've been really good down the stretch. So this is an opportunity for those reverse correlated same game parlays where you do Heat first half, Rockets to win the game, or maybe just to cover the spread if you think maybe that fourth quarter will be a great chance for them to kind of backdoor cover on the spread. I really like those reverse correlated ones. There's times where I think that they are actually correlated, and the game script can actually work a little bit to your favor. So just to the point on Miami, so I mentioned that they were great in the first half, and they kind of slow down from there. And it kind of goes by quarter. So I just wanted to rattle these off really quick. Their net rating by quarter. So they're plus 9.6 in the first quarter, outstanding. Plus 5.7 in the second quarter, still very, very strong. 0.7 plus 0.7 in the third quarter, so about average, and they're minus 11.5 in the fourth quarter. This is something Brian Fonseca has been on all year. These Heat fourth quarters are a great chance to fade them, and against the Rockets, who are 20-14 against the spread in the fourth, it really sets up for a nice game script here where you could potentially get Miami getting out to a lead, so you could look to live bet it, or you could do one of those same game parlays I was mentioning earlier that theoretically gets you a reverse correlated extra little bump there in the number, but it's really a game script that's highly feasible. So I'll be looking at that exact price. I'll kind of shop that around and then keep an eye out in the app because that's probably a play I'll be going to tomorrow for this game.
This is a stat we'll talk a lot more about when the playoffs roll around. It's the Matt Mitchell stat, which says that if you're going to bet a dog in the NBA playoffs, you need to bet the money line because if they cover, they win outright a huge proportion of the time. Early in the season, this trend was actually not showing up, and I was kind of like, that's weird. And I was like, I'm going to give it some more time. It's stabilized. Dogs this season that cover have won outright 64% of the time. So if you're, depending on the spot, depending on the number, this is, if you're going to bet the spread, especially a number like this where it's inside of two possessions, you probably should be betting the money line as well just for long-term ROI.